Welcome back guys to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at how to pack your bike to get ready to you on our express shipping service. So we've got a bike here that's ready to go out. It's got its PDR check, which is just a basic check to make sure everything is mechanically sound as was checked over. We do this to all of our bikes just as an extra precautionary step. First thing that we're going to do is I'm going to get the front wheel out. When we ship our bikes, we always take the front wheel out. Just makes it way easier to handle. For all of our through axle bikes, we put the axle back in, so it'll always be located within the front fork there for you. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get it into about a middle gear down at the back. And what this does is it just pushes the rear mech up the cassette a little bit into the frame, tucks it away to help prevent against damage. In the front, in the big ring, just making sure that those chain rings aren't sticking out that they can cause any damage. So we've got a nice big wrap here of paper bubble. This is nice protective packaging. It's fully recyclable, so you can chuck this into your recycling once you get it and you've done with it. You can also use it again if you really want. We use this to protect the paint job on your bike. It doesn't offer too much crush protection, but once the bike's in the box, it'll be fully protected from the outside, so there's no worries about this. This is just to protect any contact points in the bike. Make sure that you get a good quality paint job as was shown in the pictures for you. The tape we use here at Cycle Exchange, also recyclable, so again, can go into your cardboard waste. Good for the environment, nice and easy to use. We're going to put this across everywhere on the frame where there's going to be potential contact between any points. So this means that when you get your bike, not the whole bike will be covered, but any parts where there's potential contact will be. So we've got the bike wrapped up now, nice and protected all over the frame, so you get a good quality paint job. Next thing, got some Allen keys here, and we're going to get the bars off and out the way. It's going to just help us narrow down the box, get them nice and in. So what we'll always try to do for you is only taking the bars off, keeping the stem in place. This means that you don't have to worry about the tension on the headset or anything like that. Your stem will be nice and straight and you can set the bars to your preference. So bars out the way, what we'll do is we'll put your stem faceplate back on, so you've got no loose bolts flying around in the box that you have to look for. Everything will be in place where it should be. Nice and easy for you to find when you're putting it back together. The team will normally put these up just a little bit, not too tight, but we want to make sure that they don't rattle loose whilst they're being in transit to you. Understand sometimes they go on further journeys than others. One of the very few parts that we have that aren't recyclable are the zip ties that we use. Some places you can, but not everywhere. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to place the bars out the way around here. We'll hook them up onto the top of the frame and in the fork. Not all cabling allows us to do this, but it will be in some sort of shape like this. What we do is we'll then attach the bars down onto the frame using the zip ties. This means they're held down into place and they don't move around. Every step that we do in the parts that we attach, we're looking to reduce movement as much as possible. What this means is if it's not moving around, it can't rub on anything and it can't create any damage. So with that down nice and tight there, that down nice and tight there, that bar's not going anywhere, which means it'll keep everything nice and protected and out the way. So last piece, front wheel needs to go back on. Again, we're going to zip tie this in place onto the frame. Again, keeping it in place, making sure nothing's rubbing around inside the box, creating damage. If you have a disc brake, we're going to make sure that this disc rotor is facing the inside of the frame, away from any possible damage, making sure that your rotor gets to you nice and true as it should be. Again, as you see, wheel's not going anywhere, can't create any damage. We've also got the wheel away from the brake lever. Sometimes the wheel may be hooked through the brake lever. This just means that that brake's not going to get squeezed at all, so that your pistons will stay in place as well in the front wheel. Cool, so we've got the bike all put together now. This is ready to go into a box. Everything you need for the bike is there. And so I'm going to go grab a box now. We can build a box quickly. As you see, We've got a variation of boxes all around us here. Make sure we've got the right box for the right bike. Today, I'm gonna go with one of these boys. Nice and big, get the job done for us. Get it out. Nice big box. I need to use all my arms here. Stretch it out. I want to just get this together. At this stage, we've got a nice trick. We've got a tool up my sleeve that I'm going to go grab now and make sure this bike gets built as securely and strongly as possible. So, this is our big bad stapler. The staples out of this guy are a little bit bigger than your home office one. And this makes sure that we get a good secure box build every single time. And one that we make sure hands out the way when we're building them. If you want, you can get a nice shot of the nice empty box for the bike to go in. Last piece that we're going to do is we've got little inserts. Just helps us secure the bike when we're packing it in. Make sure again as little movement as possible once that bike's in the box on its way to you. I'm going to grab one quickly. I'll be back in a sec. This insert just lets us keep the bike nice and still inside. Good locator. Slide it into the box at the back here. And it's just going to hold our wheel in place for us. Cool, so last thing we need, some packing paper. We use loads of this craft paper. Pretty much anything that gets packed from this warehouse gets some of this in it, whether it's the smallest part or biggest electric bike. We use this all the time. It lets us pack the bike securely. It means once it gets to you, you don't have a load of bubble wrap to throw away that you can't get rid of. It also packs down nice and easily, and it's reusable too. I'm going to put it into the bottom of the box, and it's just going to protect our fork legs because they're carbon. We don't want them getting damaged on the bottom. For now, I'm going to leave it kind of loose, but it's going to get pushed down with the fork. So we've got our box ready, we've got our bike ready. We're now going to bring the two together and get ready on the way to you. Take this bike out of the stand now. One whole unit, nice and neat as it goes out. This means once you get it to you, you can also pull it out nice and easily like this with all the packaging. I'm going to slot the rear wheel into that holder, and again, just going to make sure that fork sits nicely on the packaging. Get the bike in there like this, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some more of that craft paper. I'm going to pack around the bike. I'm very specific in the way that we do this. So we're wanting to, again, protect the bike from moving around whilst it's in transit. So we're going to target specific areas like the seat tubes, on the side of the wheel and on the front end, just to make sure the bike's not moving around in this box at all. Cool, so bike's in the box, all packaged up so it's not moving around at all. Now, sometimes what we get here is some bigger bikes have the seat post extended a little bit further. They don't all fit inside of our boxes as they are. So if you get your bike and it doesn't have its seat post in it, I'm going to show you where it would be located. We always double check because we want to try keep it in as much as possible, but where not, we'll take it out and we'll put it down inside the box. So I'm going to take the seat post out, and we're just going to loosen the bolts off here. We're going to make sure that we get the all-important seat wedge out with that. We don't want that dropping down into the frame. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to place that on there, and we're just going to wrap this in some tape to secure it. Right, so seat post, wedge, saddle, all together. We're going to come and we're going to slide this down inside the insert here. So these will slide down quite nicely, sits nice and secure in there. So again, if you find no seat post, it's down in the little insert there. If your bike comes with any bags with any goodies like chargers, manuals, or any little extra bits that you may have ordered with your bike, again, that will be placed into a little bag, slide it down inside the insert. If you've got both things, either side of the wheel, however it is, but make sure if you ever see anything in there, double check it. If you see some packing paper on top of it, double check. There may be something in there. Do not throw it away in the rubbish. The bike has been put together in the box. Seat post is down the wedge. Any goodie bags are inside. This is all ready to roll. We're going to grab our big boy stapler again, close the box up, and then it's going to be on the way to you. Cool, so boxed up, put together. It's got a shipping label on here, it's ready to go out. All the boxes that we use here, got handles on the ends, nice and easy. And on the other side, you've got corresponding handles. So when you get your new bike, take it inside nice and easy. Cool, so thanks guys. Thanks for coming along today. You've seen how we box up your bikes for you for our express service and next day service. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Nice, cool.